Germans?
Diana! Step away from her! Now! Ready your bows!
They have guns, right?
James Gunn has shared hints on the Paradise Lost series story, and recently, Chris Pine commented on Wonder Woman 3. Even though Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot were initially set to return for the third DCEU installment, the project got scrapped due to the DCU's restructuring under the new co-CEOs, James Gunn and Peter Safran. However, it looks like they might still be involved in the DC Elseworlds. The DCU is also planning to bring Wonder Woman or Wonder Woman-related characters into their new Paradise Lost series. It's no shock they're bringing Wonder Woman back, especially since the 2017 film really gave the struggling DC universe a lift. After the letdowns of Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman proved there was still hope for DC with its awesome reviews and massive box office numbers. It pulled in over $822 million worldwide, making it the 10th highest-grossing film of 2017 and the top film directed by a solo female director until Hi Mom came along. So now many are excited for Wonder Woman 3, and now there's buzz about an HBO Max series focused on Amazons. We'll dive into the series later, but first, let's explore 3 ways Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman 3, which she recently hinted at, could fit into the new DC universe. Gadot mentioned she would work on the movie with DC Studios' James Gunn and Peter Safran, though she didn't specify if director Patty Jenkins would return. She said, "I love portraying Wonder Woman. It's so close to and dear to my heart. From what I heard from James and from Peter is that we're gonna develop a Wonder Woman 3 together." Since the old DCEU is being rebooted with Gunn's Superman Legacy hitting theaters in 2025, Wonder Woman 3 won't be able to connect to the previous universe. However, there are a few key ways the movie could still find its place in Gunn's revamped DC universe. First up, Wonder Woman 3 could take a page from Peacemaker Season 2. Gadot's return as Diana Prince in Wonder Woman 3 might follow a similar approach to John Cena's Peacemaker, which got its own HBO Max series after debuting in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Despite the DC Universe reboot, Peacemaker Season 2 is set to continue within the new DC Universe framework. Gunn has confirmed that the series will still fit into the revamped DC Universe, with Team Peacemaker appearing in the upcoming Waller series before Season 2 drops. Given that Peacemaker Season 1 was deeply tied to the old DCEU, featuring cameos from the Justice League and exploring Peacemaker's guilt from the Suicide Squad, it's clear the show is finding a way to stay relevant in the new DC universe. For Wonder Woman 3, a similar strategy could work, continuing Gadot's character arc while adjusting the movie's world to fit the new DC universe. This approach could help avoid confusion, since other Justice League members like Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are being recast. By keeping Gadot and adapting her story to the new universe, Wonder Woman 3 could seamlessly integrate into the revamped DC landscape. Alternatively, Wonder Woman 3 could turn out to be a completely new series for the DC universe. Gadot mentioned working on Wonder Woman 3 with Gunn and Safran, but she might have just been using Wonder Woman 3 to refer to her third solo film as Diana, not necessarily continuing directly from the previous movies. The film could actually reboot the character, kicking off a fresh franchise for Wonder Woman in the new DC universe while keeping Gadot in the role. This approach could be ideal, as it would allow Wonder Woman 3 to address some of the issues fans have had with Diana's story. Although Gadot's portrayal of Wonder Woman has been mostly well received, fans have often criticized the films for not delving deeply into her Greek mythology connections. With the upcoming Paradise Lost series exploring Wonder Woman's mythological roots, the new Wonder Woman 3 could build on that, creating a rich, rebooted world for Diana to explore. Let's dive into the Paradise Lost HBO Max series. This show is all about the Amazons in the DC universe. There were talks about a Wonder Woman spin-off focused on the Amazons, but now Paradise Lost is part of the DCU's Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate. Set in Themyscira, James Gunn described it as a Game of Thrones-style series set in the all-female warrior society long before Wonder Woman's time. It's still unclear if this is just a reworked version of the original spin-off idea or something entirely new with a different story. On the topic of stories, some fans are wondering if Paradise Lost might be based on the graphic novel Wonder Woman Historia: The Amazons. Gunn has praised this comic series on social media. Wonder Woman Historia, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick for DC's Black Label, was originally planned as 9 issues, but ended up as 3 graphic novels totaling 576 pages. The series is described as a Homeric epic of the lost history of the Amazons and Queen Hippolyta's rise to power. Featuring monsters and myths, this 3-book saga spans history from the creation of the Amazons to the moment Steve Trevor washes up on the shores of Paradise Island, changing our world forever. I think it would be awesome to see the history of how the Amazons were created by the goddesses and the conflicts between the gods, but I'm a bit concerned about the anti-men vibe the story seems to have. It's basically a feminist story set in a super patriarchal world. While the empowering parts are cool, it's hard to ignore that there isn't a single positive male character. All the male characters, whether they're gods, demigods, or just men, come off as rapists, abusers, or murderers. I really wish there was some positive male representation, even among the gods. The only somewhat nice moment is between Ares and Hera. But if they're taking inspiration from this story, it seems like the main source will be the Wonder Woman story called Paradise Island Lost. Paradise Lost is also the name of a 2-part story arc by Phil Jimenez, who handled both the writing and artwork. This arc appeared in Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 168 to 169, and was Jimenez's second story arc after the Gods of Gotham arc. He co-wrote Gods of Gotham with J.M. DeMatteis, and for Paradise Lost, he teamed up with George Perez. Perez is famous for rebooting Wonder Woman in 1987 with the Gods and Mortals arc and hadn't worked on the series since 1992. Jimenez took over as the sole writer, starting with issue number 171. The title of the arc is a nod to John Milton's epic poem, Paradise Lost. The plot revolves around the conflict between Princess Diana and Queen Hippolyta. Diana's role as Wonder Woman instead of Queen of Themyscira creates tension, leading to a civil war between the Themyscirian Amazons and their Bonamigdal Amazon sisters. The conflict escalates when it's revealed that Magala from Bonamigdal is actually Ariadne, who is orchestrating the war out of revenge. With Fury's help, Ariadne is defeated, and the war ends. Diana and Hippolyta make peace and agree to abolish the Themysciran royal family, stepping down from their titles to resolve the tribal disputes. Despite these changes, Hippolyta continues to fight alongside the Justice Society of America as their Wonder Woman. Both stories are great in their own right, but don't expect a direct one-to-one adaptation from the comics. Comic book movies, especially those in a larger cinematic universe, usually tweak things to fit their continuity, so you might see a mix of elements from both stories, some new twists, or even a completely different take, while keeping the core characters. Chris Pine recently spoke about the new DC Universe taking priority over Wonder Woman 3 after the sequel was cancelled. In an interview with Business Insider, Pine, who starred in the Wonder Woman films, expressed his surprise at the decision. Although he's previously mentioned he's not keen on returning to either Marvel or DC, he had this to say: "I'm stunned that they said no to a billion-dollar franchise and decided to pivot elsewhere. I don't know what the reasoning was behind that. It's above my pay grade, but Wonder Woman is an incredible character. Patty is such a thoughtful director." That's a wrap for today. If you are looking forward to seeing how they handle Diana's story in the new DC Universe, or if you have a favorite storyline you hope they adapt, drop a comment below and let us know about it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and hit that subscribe button for more updates. Catch you in the next one.